Copyright disclaimer. Under Title 17 U.S.C. Section 107, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Okay, obviously I'm not going to read this on my phone. I'm going to read it on my tablet. This is communication from public. Name, Hopeful Denzian. Date submitted, 9/19/2024, 9:14 a.m. Comments for public posting. Civil Rights 21-1187-S as in Sierra 2. I have been watching the Scientology protesters, live streams at various locations of Scientology. It is evident that Los Angeles and Scientology do everything it can to suppress free speech and the right to peaceful assembly. Protesters are protesting in an attempt to bring awareness to the child abuse and human trafficking that goes on in Scientology. Scientology is working on bringing an end to it in collusion with the L.A.P.D. and perhaps the L.A.F.D. There have been more swattings than I care to have watched by police who blew in and arrested the so-called perpetrator. Yeah, I've got my suspicions on that one too. Without even surveilling the situation first. I think I know who was behind those, but I can't say it publicly. Arrested the so-called perpetrator without even surveilling the situation first. Yeah, that would be the first thing you would do. The LA police put protesters at risk. Yes, they do. For example, Scott Hochstetter was left to lie on the side of the road in traffic at night as police seemed to be determining what to do next. Yeah, almost like they just wanted him to be scared. Protesters are handcuffed. They're actually child advocates, by the way, everyone. They're not really protesters. They're child advocates. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. Taken to jail for a few hours, given a ride. Overnight or longer, only to be let go. In some cases, there is a court date. The protesters are let go with their various wounds after it goes to court. And with a good lawyer, they are free to go. But that's only after Scientology makes sure the process takes as long as possible in order to deter protesters. Obviously, this is a costly process for a protester, while Scientology has endless access to money. They get the money from child labor, but everybody's super fine with taking money that was earned from child labor, which is supposed to be against the law in the United States. And I would think it prudent to determine who is making these false calls, since it's obviously the same person in each case. I think I know who it is. I don't think it's one person. You guys got to put your thinking cap on. Why the caller has not been apprehended is beyond me. My opinion, the caller doesn't exist. Say I said it. When police arrive on scene, if a protester victim says they want to have an attacker arrested, the police immediately say they have to arrest the victim as well. It all makes no sense. It makes perfect sense to me. The LA police are corrupt and have obviously been safe-pointed by Scientology to remove protesters' First Amendment rights. You only need to see photos of the police in Scientology magazines, as Scientology gifts them checks. Thank God for child labor checks. This is a huge conflict of interest, and it's blatantly obvious there needs to be a cleanup in the police departments. Facts. I would think that this would not be happening unless Mayor Karen Bass has approved it. She has attended Scientology events. I've watched protesters in other states by these same protesters where the police talked to an alleged perpetrator and realized that it was a false call. You can hear ex-Scientologists' painful stories on YouTube who have escaped, such as Lara FM, Tony Magoo 44, Liz Ferris, Literally Surge, Natalie Webster, Rage Against the Dark Arts. Just to name a few. Okay, that's it. I will leave a link in the description box. Like and subscribe if you choose. Otherwise, have an amazing day or night, wherever you are. Peace.